Hello everyone, I am Dr. Anil Shiratti, Professor and Consultant at Jain College of Engineering, Karnataka. So today we'll start with the module 2, that is System, Drives and Devices and Actuators. So today is the first session. So we will be covering hydraulic and pneumatic motors and their features in this topic. Also we will try to learn electrical motors AC DC and their features. Then we will go to the actuator, that is electrical actuators, hydraulic actuator, pneumatic actuators and their design, and also we will go through the piezoelectrical actuators. Okay, so let's start. So what do you mean by hydraulic and pneumatic system? Both pneumatic and hydraulic are the application of fluid power. Okay. Pneumatic uses easily compressed gas such as air or a suitable pure gas, while hydraulic uses relatively incompressible liquid medium such as oil. So only the medium, either air or oil or liquid medium, will decide whether it is a hydraulic system or pneumatic system. So this is a simple example of hydraulic system. So you can see in this system what I am doing is I am applying a small pressure, okay, or indirectly force, so that I can lift the complete car here. Okay, so how it is done, you can see this can be easily understood by this hydrostatic condition. So what happens, whatever the pressure I am applying and it is coming here, and this pressure should be same. Okay, only the contact area changes. Now there are two types of conditions. One, this is called hydrostatic condition. This is called hydrodynamic. Hydrodynamic means everything is in motion. So here a simple working of a turbine. So what happens? The fluid is coming inside the nozzle, and it will be with a high velocity comes on a turbine, and turbine rotates. So here it is a hydrodynamic condition. So this is a simple hydraulic system. So hydraulic system consists of an actuator. So this is either single actuator, dual actuators, and then the direction valves, okay, and the power pack is nothing but the reserve of liquid. Okay, so what is the function of valve? Valve's function is giving the direction to the fluid in which direction it should flow. Either it should flow this part of the tank, that is red color, or yellow part of the actuator. So what are actuators? Hydraulic actuators system are used to control and transmit the power. A pump driven by a prime mover such as electrical motor creates a flow of fluid in which pressure, direction, flow rate are controlled by valves. An actuator is used to convert energy of a fluid back into mechanical power. The amount of output power developed depends upon the flow rate, also the pressure drop across the actuators and its overall efficiency. Thus, they are the devices which are used to convert pressure energy of the fluid into mechanical energy. So there are three types of hydraulic actuators or cylinders. One is linear actuators, next rotary actuator, and semi-rotary actuators. So what are the linear? As the name implies, it provides a straight line motion. The total movement is finite amount determined by the construction of the unit. They are also referred as cylinders, rams, jacks. The function of a hydraulic cylinder is to convert hydraulic power into linear mechanical motion or force. Hydraulic cylinder extends, also retracts a piston rod to provide a pull or push force to derive the external load along the straight line. So depends upon the hydraulic line actuator. There are four types: single acting cylinders or actuator, double acting actuators or cylinder, telescopic cylinders, and tandem cylinders. So this is the picture of a single acting cylinder. So it consists of a piston, okay, inside the cylinder housing called as barrel. At one side of the rod it reciprocates, at the other side of the port there is an entry and exit to the oil. They produce a force in one direction by hydraulic pressure acting on the piston. The return of the spring is not done hydraulically. It is either by gravity or the spring. So what happens? The pressure will come inside. It will try to put this one, and once it reaches here, again using the spring system, again it will load into the initial position. So both extension and retraction happens at this side. Next is the double acting. As the name implies, it is having doing any positive work at both sides, both at the extension stroke and the return stroke. Okay, so you can see pump flow will come inside, it will try to go inside, and then when the whatever the fluid is here, it will come out in the reverse direction. The fluid will come from this side and it will move at this side. So also in double acting there are double rod. So you saw in the first case extension stroke and return stroke are happening towards the right side only. Okay, but here it can happen both sides. So both sides rod operation is there. So only difference is that between double acting and double rod cylinder. So this application involves where work can be done at the both end of this cylinder, thereby making the cylinder more productive. Double cylinder can withstand higher side loads because they have extra bearing on each rod to withstand the loading conditions. Next is the telescopic cylinder. This I think everyone saw in your daily application. So a telescopic cylinder is needed when a long stroke length or a short retract length is needed. The telescopic cylinder extends a stage. Each stage consists of a sleeve that fitted inside the previous stage. One application of cylinder is the dumping truck or your trolleys, also tractors. All are the example of telescopic. So this is stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. So as you extend, it will go on becoming such a big height compared to the when it is in closed condition. So they generally consist of a nest of tubes operating on a displacement principle. The tubes are supported by bearing rings and the inner set of which have grooves and channel to allow fluid to flow. The front end bearing on each section includes seals and wiper rings. For a given input flow rate, the speed of operation increases in the steps as each successive section reaches the end of stroke. So first this section will open, then this section, then this section. Similarly, for a specific pressure, the load shifting capacity decreases for each of the successive section. So last is the tandem cylinder. So a tandem cylinder is used where the amount of force recovered applied for a small diametrical cylinder. The pressure is applied to both pistons, resulting in an increased force because of the large area. So you can see the amount of force applied is more. The only drawback is that this cylinder must be longer than the standard cylinder to achieve an equal speed because the flow must go to the both pistons simultaneously. Okay. So this is the graphical representation of a different cylinder. So this is the graphical representation of a single acting cylinder, unspecified return. Return is not specified, but when I am saying like this is spring return. This shows double acting. This shows double acting with double piston. So this is about the hydraulic actuators or cylinders. So let's see this one with a uh, working of a single and double acting cylinder using this graphical motion. So you can see this is the fluid system. So you can see this is a once the fluid will fill here, it will extend, then it will retract. Fine. So first one was without spring. This is with spring. Spring is coming into picture. Now you can see how when the fluid enters and what happens. So you can see when the fluid is entering, it is putting pressure on this complete rod and the extension happens. When the fluid come out, that will be the retraction stage. Now this is for double acting. So you can see when the fluid is going inside, it is trying to put a pressure on this area and extension happens. The fluid will pump out from this part. During the retraction stage, again this fluid will come inside and this fluid will go out. Fine. Now let's see one of the important thing of hydraulic cylinder. So this is the application of a hydraulic cylinder in aeroplanes. So this is a simple example of hydraulic cylinder. It consists of a reservoir. So this is a hydraulic picture of a cylinder. This is for big aeroplanes. So you can see how complicated it is. This is a single two-seater aeroplane. So even when the landing gear has to come out, okay, there we are using hydraulic system only. Okay, even for the big plane, when the landing happens, you can see how the hydraulic system works. So when it is coming near to the ground, the hydraulic system should open. So it consists of few parts. One is hydraulic reserve, okay, that is the motion, and then the complete piston cylinder arrangement. So same thing, it's a double acting. So you can see once the fluid pressure is coming, it will extend, and when it goes up, it should retract. So this is the extension and retraction. So this is how they're working. So when I'm operating with the pedal, you can see what happens. It will goes to the extension, hydraulic system will get activated, and then it will also be used to apply for the brakes. Fine. So today we have learned about the hydraulic system, mainly the hydraulic actuators or the cylinders. So if you have any questions, you can mail to me or you can also text me. Thank you everyone. Please subscribe to the channel.